All right, you guys, let's take a look at number 3. So we have this function, just write it down here. Okay. And the parent function would just be the square root of x. So we want to say, okay, how is this negative 1/3 going to change the parent function? Okay, so let's piece it out. So if we have a negative in front of the function, so in other words, this versus this, okay? If the negative is in front of the function, that's going to be a reflection across the x-axis. Reflect across x, okay? If the negative is inside the function, then we're going to reflect across y. Okay, so this is going to reflect it over the x-axis. Or reflect about across so many different ways we could say that. So reflect across x-axis. In other words, it's going to make it go downward instead of, in the first quadrant. Now, if there is a number in front of the function, that is going to affect it vertically. Versus if the number had been inside the function, then it would have been horizontally. Everything inside is going to be your horizontal, okay? All right, so this is going to, since it's outside, anything outside tells the truth. So if I have a 1/3 inside, that's actually lying. You think it would take a third of it and shrink it, but it's actually going to multiply it by 3. It's actually going to stretch it, okay? Anything inside lies, even like stuff like this, right? You would think that would mean right, left too, because it's negative, but it's going to mean right too, okay? Anything on the outside is telling the truth. So we really are going to take 1/3 of it vertically. So it's going to shrink it vertically. So just to recap, if the number's outside and not inside, it's a vertical. Okay. And then if the number is less than 1, it's going to shrink it. But if the number is greater than 1, it's going to stretch it. Okay. So let's go in here and see what we need to pick on MyLab Math. So then we said it's going to shrink it vertically by multiplying each, well, the y goes vertically, right? So we're going to multiply each y coordinate by 1/3. So it's going to shrink it. And then finally, we're going to reflect it across the x-axis. Okay, so just so that you understand, let's say I had a graph like the parent function. Okay, so it goes through 1, 1, and it goes through 4, 2. Okay, so here's the parent function. Let me throw a 1/2 in front of it. We said that we're just going to be taking every single y coordinate and multiplying it by a half, right? So if we take this 1, 1, and we take this 4, 2, and we take this 0, 0. If I take all those y coordinates and cut them in half, let me do green. Then 0, 0 would stay 0, 0. I'm just looking at the y coordinates. That half of that would be a half. So we're going to go 1/2. And then half of that would be 1. So I'm going to go to 4, 1. So you can see that what this has done is this has taken it, there's arrows here. This has taken it and shrank it vertically. It's not as tall vertically. So that's why it's the y values that we want to be multiplying by that. On our case, 1/3, right? In this example right here, 1/2. Okay. So hopefully that helps with the y piece of it. All right, guys, hopefully this helps you with number 3. Take care.